To determine axis deviation, we will analyze leads 1 and AVF. By plotting vectors using axis quadrants, we can easily determine total axis of the heart. A normal axis lies in the 0 to 90 degree quadrant as shown here. Current flow to the right of normal is called right axis deviation, demonstrated here, and is located in the positive 90 degrees to the positive 180 degree quadrant. Right axis deviation may signify pulmonary embolism, right ventricular hypertrophy, chronic lung disease, atrial septal defect, or ventricular septal defect. Left axis deviation. Left axis deviation occurs when current flow is left of normal and is located between 0 and positive 270 degrees. Left axis deviation may signify inferior MI, hyperkalemia, left ventricular hypertrophy, or emphysema. Current flow in the direction opposite of normal is called intermediate axis, and we also call this indeterminate, and it's not a valuable tool when determining axis deviation. Here is another tool to help us determine axis. First, assess lead 1 and AVL. Remember, this is augmented voltage foot to determine the axis. This is demonstrated in the chart by lead 1 here, this column, and lead 2 in this column. Remember, right axis may signify pulmonary embolism, right ventricular hypertrophy, chronic lung disease, ASD or VSD. Left axis may signify inferior MI, hyperkalemia, right ventricular hypertrophy, or emphysema. So let's look at the chart. A normal axis, you should see a positive deflection or vector in lead 1 with a positive cumulative vector in AVF as well. Should you note lead 1 a cumulative vector of negative deflections and a positive in lead AVF, then this indicates right axis deviation. Left axis deviation is determined by a cumulatively positive vector in lead 1 and a cumulatively negative vector in lead AVF. Let's review some important concepts in the lead system. One is limb leads have negative and positive poles, which sense the magnitude and direction of electrical force caused by depolarization. Next, electrical force moving towards a positive pole will show a positive deflection. Moving away from a positive pole would show a negative deflection. Limb leads can be referred to as vectors or arrows and superposed on one another with the arrow end indicating the direction in which the lead is positive. The average direction of a vector is the axis, and the axis is helpful tools in EKG interpretation.